Why don't you use a decent device?
Because you don't have any.
Roll it. All right, hey, welcome to the Vintners Series for October 2000. What do you wait?
Well, I haven't opened the bottle yet.
Well, that's all right.
Yes.
Is that thing recording?
Yeah.
2015. Now, I went back and found the actual newsletters from 1975 for the months of July through December. Ancient Proverb Port.
Oh, Ancient Proverb. That was Lords at Elmwood, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that wine.
So this, they still make the Ridge. They don't call it Ridge York, do they still? Just Ridge, Pat.
Ridge York Creek Petit Syrah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Are you kidding? That's a big deal. York Creek is Napa Valley.
So my dad, of course, writes the first conversation in 1975 is Petit Syrah is the same name given in California to a grape which is presumed to be the Syrah of the Rhone, which is wrong.
No, it's right. It was presumed
presumed
to be, but it's not. As a matter of fact, I wrote that myself. It's actually
Did you really?
the Darif grape.
Darif, that's right.
Yeah.
Darif is just right. Anyway, that's the one. And then there's a Hungarian wine, the white, that I can't even pronounce, and refuse to embarrass myself to try again. And he considers it Riesling in character.
I remember
Riesling in character.
It was kind of Riesling in character.
Rising in character. Now this is this is the Petit. I bought this.
Obviously, because it's now
Because I love the French woman that comes there and sells it to me.
Yeah, and I do too, and I've never met her because
she's great.
gives me the information that I need, and it's always an interesting story.
But this
is a really good bottle of wine.
It's Merlot from the Languedoc, which is
in a Burgundy bottle.
Burgundy bottle, and it's also low alcohol, deliberately low alcohol, down to 11%.
Well,
Did you know that?
yeah, but I don't know that I would call that deliberately low alcohol. I mean, yeah, it's lower than most others, but the fact is, 50 years ago, most wines in California were 11.5%, 12%.
50 years ago, I was 6. How would I know that?
Well, I wasn't.
You weren't 6.
I wasn't asking you. I was telling you. And like when you were 6, you didn't listen then either.
Actually, 7 in 2 weeks. Look at the color.
No, this is really a very, very nice
To
wine.
get this color out of a Merlot out of the south of France?
Well, yeah. I mean, the south of France is no longer what it used to be. I mean, all the really cheap, pretty bad wines came out of the south of France. But they discovered something the people in southern Italy found out: you can't make any money selling cheap wine.
Yeah,
so they had to start making better wine so they could charge more money for it.
Mm-hmm. But it's clearly from the south. Love the acidity. Not too much fruit.
It's got some nice tartness to it. Great with food. Another wine.
And I think that has a lot to do with the alcohol content. Getting that.
Well, you're getting higher acids because they didn't pick it at such a ripe, at such ripe sugar that the acids started to go down. So, I mean, winemaking is a very delicate balance.
That's a great wine for
a charred steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, really, really good. Or lamb on the barbecue or something,
Put it on a shrimp on the Barbie for me, Ed.
$18.99 on the shelf, $13.99 the reorder price, and I'm doing a 95.
Yeah, I go 95. I love seeing stuff from that area. Now they're getting wines from Limon, still wines from Limon and Carcassonne. All those areas are just producing
Limon,
a lot of reds.
That's a pretty serious area. Well, Pinot Noir, yeah. I mean, I've had some Limon Chardonnays that I would swear were white Burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was one of the best kept secrets in France.
The other was how to make a real Manhattan, because I had to teach 3 restaurant bartenders how to make a real Manhattan.
How hard is that?
I don't know. They don't take mixology seriously out there. They made it very European style.
White wine next. We're doing white wine. Would you like to get your white glass out?
This poor guy. His is a great story. We did remember that Menthieu we did? Which, by the way, I went to a restaurant last night downtown. Have you been there yet? Red Bird?
No.
It's in the Viviana Cathedral. It's a really cool place. It's one of the hippest.
Is that where you have to pray to get your menu?
No, you're next door. It's a confession room.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But they had the most interesting by-the-glass list of wines I'd ever seen, including Menthia.
Really?
Okay, including Ripasso.
Yeah.
As a house pour, though.
Yeah, well,
there was no Cabernet and there was no Merlot.
Ooh.
It was very interesting.
Pinot Noir? No Pinot Noir yet?
There was no Pinot Noir in the house pour.
Wow.
And I talked to the sommelier. He says, I go, you must have a dozen or two vendors here. He goes, I have 50 different vendors I deal with.
Oh,
I go,
God,
man,
that's got
forget
to
it.
be a nightmare.
So this poor guy wanted
poor
to be
guy.
in the. This poor guy that brought this in wanted to be in the wine business, so he brought in everything. He bought a container of this. Who brings a container of Albarino into the States?
You know, but we've heard this story before. Different vendor, different month, different wine. But we've heard this story before.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lunacy of the wine business, okay?
It's his cousin's vineyard. We're going to make a lot of money. We're going to bring it in. No one's ever had this before. And so the price, it kept coming down. It'd come in the next 2 weeks again. Finally it came down. I go, okay, I'll buy it. And I just think it's great wine.
delicious. $17.99 on the shelf, $12.99 on the reorder price.
Rioxis,
The
Bioxis.
Rias Baixas, which is in the northeast corner of Spain. Due south is actually the country of Portugal. When you look on the map, it's really bizarre. It's just like this little strip up there, and it goes all the way to the Atlantic. And it's really interesting because
That's so good.
it's got the worst climate for growing any grape in the world except Albarino. I mean, it's damp, it's wet, and when grapes come into that environment, they get really snotty. They get really nasty.
I want to taste it because it's opening up as we sit here.
I mean, usually these wines get a lot of what do you call it? Mold and mildew, and it doesn't happen to Albarino, and it loves it. It's truly amazing.
And not only that, his girlfriend or his wife, she's really attractive.
Well, that's a big plus.
But she's an anchor in Vegas for Spanish.
I'm giving it a 94. What are you doing?
I give it a 96. I love the guy. I want to give him a good rating. You know what I'm saying?
94. Okay, now, Alonia. Do not drink this when you are Alonia.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Fortunately,
I couldn't agree with you more completely.
thanks for sharing. This was a real blowout wine. Put it away. Stop playing around. This is really good.
I'm sure whatever you think.
It's correct.
Correct. This is really. I was really blown away by this. This was
This
really
is from
delicious.
Bob
wine.
Castellani, I think, right? Catalunya. 50% Carmenere.
Grenache and
Syrah.
50% Syrah. They're growing a lot of Syrah in Spain, and we got a wine with Syrah to come in a couple of months. It's out of this world. Probably the best Spanish buy I've ever seen in my life. But I was just
You know what I like about this?
everything.
Thank you for answering that for me. No, the balance. I'm getting both of those grapes.
Yeah, but it's got such luscious fruit, and yet it's not sappy. That's a problem.
That's true.
With warm climate grapes, they can get sappy. They can get kind of ponderous and overdone, and they're a little sweet. And this one isn't.
That reminds me of old wine authors. They get sappy and. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Hey, there ain't no wild around here. I got some old people, but not any Arthur. I got a million of them, folks.
This is good.
This
This is
is
good.
very good.
This
I'm
is
doing a
96.
97 on this. I
Oh,
love
you
this
up
wine.
me on it. Okay.
Yeah, it's $18.99 on the shelf, $13.99. That's an incredible bottle of wine for $13.99.
It just got this wonderful sort of char character.
Yeah, exactly. Great call. Char. It's that little smokiness. And that doesn't come from charred barrels. That actually comes from the grape, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, these are my new best friends.
This was really good bottle of
My new best friends, Misa Imports. And I mean, these guys, I don't know where they're doing it, how they're doing it, for the prices they're doing it, but they brought in some Bordeaux, which we're going to feature in the next couple of months, that were just gorgeous.
Yeah, except I tried to get there this morning, and I called them because I got lost, and I got their fax machine because I wanted to buy the last two cases of that rosé. It's out of this world.
The Sanglier?
Oh, yeah.
We have it.
I love it. It's really good. Oh, man, this is unbelievable. I mean, this is really unbelievable Pinot Grigio.
To get a nose like this out of Pinot Grigio in the first place, and from the classic area of Venezia, which is above Venice.
Yeah. It's got everything
Have
going
you ever
for it.
had Chinar,
Oh,
the artichoke?
I hate that stuff.
The last time I drank it was in Venice.
Oh, God.
It's like a hallucinogenic.
I can hallucinate just thinking about it.
I'm telling you,
It's got the
that
worst
stuff-
taste I've ever put in my mouth.
That stuff sends you sideways. I mean, I had a shot at a
horrid.
restaurant. By the time I got to the train station, I was off the charts.
Oh, yeah, that stuff it's really high in alcohol.
It's great.
But I can't stand the taste. I love artichokes. Absolutely love it. But
It's distilled artichoke.
Yeah, I know, and it picks up
Or
the
fermented.
bitterness
Oh, it's still
of
bitter.
artichokes that are just horrid. I mean, absolutely atrocious. Worst thing I've ever tasted. Anyway, this isn't $17.99 on the shelf, $12.99 on the reorder price, and I'm doing a 96 because I think it's spectacular.
I'll go 96.5.
That would be 956 for those of you that
Out of
are
a thousand.
using a 1,000-point scale.
Hey, that's the Vintners Series for October
Thankfully.
2015. Thanks for coming and joining us. And Periscope. How many Periscope we have now?
2.
2. We lost Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Are you on Facebook right now?
Live stream.
We're on live stream, man. This is incredible. You're so popular, Ed.
it's
2. We only had 1 before. You doubled the number of people watching the show. To 2.
amazing. I even amaze myself sometimes.